Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Scholar Tech Studio. Let's start another lecture of MSC Adams View. In previous lecture we were talking about this option, file option. So in this file option we have another option that is called select directory. Let's suppose if you are working in specific directory and you want to change your directory, then you just need go to the file and here you can see that the select directory. So now you can select any new directory where you want to save your this existing model, so you can specify any directory from here. Okay, so you can just need to, let's suppose I want to make this new folder my new directory, just select the folder. Okay, so now our directory is changed to this model. Like when we will save this model, like save or save as, then this new model will save in that specific directory. This option is mostly used when during the modeling you want to change your directory. Okay, and the next is the exit option. So we successfully complete all the sub option in this file option. Okay, so now we are going to start. The next is edit, but before edit let me create a, we will learn all these things step by step, but let me create a circle. Okay, so this is the sphere. You can see that this sphere is not solid, so from here you can convert this solid to this body. Okay, so from here we again convert this into solid form. Okay, and here you can see that we have part 2. The first part is ground and the second part is part 2 that we created, this one. Okay, so if we right click on it, then we got different option. We can modify appearance, info, layers, copy, delete. So there are different options. Okay, so let's go to edit. Okay, so under the edit option you can see that undo or redo. So this is just like undo and redo our task or last command. Okay, and the next is modify. Okay, if we select the modify, so it will open a new database navigator. So here you can see that there is a plus sign. Okay, if you will double click on it, then you will see the different options. Like ground, this is our first part, and here this is our second part, and we also have the gravity. If you remember, in the first lecture we discussed about the gravity field, and then there is another analysis flags, or it automatically assign the default material which is steel to our existing model. We can change that, we will learn in our next or videos. Okay, so here you can see that there is also a plus sign, so you can double click on it. When you double click on it, you can see that there is a solid body and there is a marker point. This is the center marker point and there is another marker point. Okay, so and if you will double click on it, okay, then it's take to another geometry modify shape option. So here you can change its name. Okay, so we can see that there is the name is part 2, so you can change the name, and here you can also see that this is the part and this is the part name, so you can change the name from here. Okay, and there is also, you can see that there is a marker 1, so you can also change. Okay, and here is the dimension of this sphere. Okay, so you can change from here, but this is not, we can say, this is not a we can say easy way. Okay, it's a little bit confusing. And here you can see that this is the modify, so you can modify your parts, but I will teach you the easiest way that mostly I use, that is very easy. Instead of using this option, I just want to familiar with this one, that we can use this option for change or modify our model or the elements of the model, but normally I don't use this one because I use the easiest way. Okay, so this is the modification, and then you have the rename. Okay, so here you can also rename the model, or you can rename the different parts. And here you can see that there is the modeling, and if you will select bodies, so it will show the bodies, and if you will select the forces, then it will show the just gravitational forces. So from this option, this is the filter, so you can change, like when you will do the modeling, then you have a lot of things in your model. So here you can change like forces or something like this one. So here you can also select all the objects, active objects or inactive objects. Okay, so this is the modification tool, but the easiest way, I don't recommend to you to use this one for modification. Okay, the best way is that here you can see that this is the part, and if I want to change its name, so just right click on it and then go to rename option. So from here I want to change the sphere. Okay, so we have to select this option. Make sure that this is the model name and this is the part name. You can see it start part part, so we have to select only this option part, and we will select this one and then apply SPH sphere and then apply. So now this is the name of the model, the name of the part is changed, and then said okay. So in this way, let's suppose you imported a model. In previous video I told you how you can import your complicated 3D model into MSC Adams View environment. So if you first, you can change the specific name. Let's suppose I have created another part. Let's suppose you have a lot of parts, and if you first step is you must need to change the name, because part 3, part 4, part 5, and when we will create the joints and make some other options, then it will difficult to like which is the exactly part that I want to use. So the best way is to convert these, rename the part, so that you can understand, like this is sphere, this is rectangle, this is box, this is, so you, in this way, first you have to change the name. So in this way you can change, just right click on it and then go to rename option, and then at the bottom new name, select this one, and let's suppose I give the name is box, apply, and okay. So now we have a box. Okay, so another, instead of this option I'm using all the option from here. Okay, so this is easy way. Let's suppose you have 50 parts, so you can easily change modification from here. Okay, so again right click on it and then go to first option, that is modify. If you will select here, then it will modify its material properties. Okay, so this is sphere, and this is also option. How can you can say, how can you assign different materials to your existing model or your existing part of your model. Okay, so the first option is modify, and under the modify you can assign the different materials. So there is a let's suppose you have 3 to 4 part in your model, and every part has different materials, so you have to assign material to every part. So from this window you can assign. So what option are available here? You can see that the first one is mass properties, okay, and then name and position, mass properties, position and initial condition, velocity initial condition, or ground part. So you can change, you can modify these things. If you will select mass properties, it means that you are going to deal with its material, okay. If you will select mass properties, then under the mass property you can see this is the material option, okay. So the first option is user input. If you select user input, then here you can specify the mass. Like if I specify the mass of this body is 1 kilogram, so I just need to put 1 here, okay. If I want to take the mass of this body as 40 kilogram, 50 kilograms, so you just need to, let's suppose I said that the mass of this body is 50 gram. It means that actually I'm giving the material properties, okay. And the center of mass sphere, the the center point of the mass where it's acting is centimeter. cm mean the center point, this one is, okay. So in this way you can, this is user defined input, so you can put just mass, then it will automatically calculate its other factors and assign the material to this body. And the second option is geometry and density. So in this way you just need to put the density of your material, then it will define the material, okay. And the third option is that geometry and material types. So if you will select geometry and material types, then you will see by default it select the steel, but I can use another material, like, okay. First you have to clean this one, then right click on it and then go to material. So under the material you can see that there is option gas. So under the gas option you can see that different material, this is the default library of MSC Adams View, where you can select the material. So here is the option like aluminium, cast iron, steel, stainless steel. By default it's like steel, but you can specify any material from here, okay. And if you have the file of material properties, then you can select the first option, okay. So here you can also see that this is almost the same option that was available there, so you can select from here, okay, and go to close, okay. And the next option is create the material. So in this way like you can create your material properties. Let's suppose you have you want to apply a specific material that is not present in its directory, or you can say the material that are existing in MSC Adams View. So you can define. So how you can define? First you can define the isotropic material, like you have to provide the density, and then you have to provide the Young modulus and Poisson ratio. So these three things are required. So you just need to put the value of density here, here, and here, and here you can change the name of the material. Let's suppose I can say some composite material, so I can change the name composite. So you can give any specific name, and here you have to specify the its density. Let's suppose kg per meter cube, okay. Oh no, so you don't need to specify the unit in this, you have to specify the unit in this way, density kilogram per meter cube. So we have to select this, and then we have to apply, and then we have to specify meter cube, or you can say that this is a kilogram. Oh, we have to specify the unit, so density is kilogram per meter cube, okay, and then you have to specify the density, Young modulus, and then you have to specify the Poisson ratio. Okay, and the next option is you can also spy orthotropic properties. So here you have to define the orthotropic, or you can see that we will also learn about the like the units. So if 1000 mean it's take the default unit. If you have density and other units, then you can convert the density into the default units that we are using in this. I will teach you how we can change the unit of our existing database. So the second option is orthotropic beam. So if you want to define your material according to this, then you have to provide the value of this. And the third option is that anisotropic beam. So you have to provide the value of these things, then your material will be defined. This is in that case if your existing material is not present in the like library of the material. So in this way you can create different materials, or you have to provide these values, Poisson ratio and Young modulus. And if you want to select the existing material, just go to material, guess, let's suppose glass, brass, copper. So our material is assigned. So here you can see that the Poisson ratio, Young modulus, and density and of the copper is here, and then said okay. And similarly to box, we want to apply a different material, so we will just go to modify, and here we will select, go to, let's suppose wood, and then said okay. So now we have assigned the wood material. So in this way you can assign the material to any part of your model. You can use the library, you can create your material and give the specific name, and then you can assign. Okay, so the next option is appearance. Okay, so here you can see that this appearance is mean this is the sphere and this is the part. So here you can see that visibility, we will select this option. Name visibility is off, and you can also on from here name visibility, then it will show its name, but if it's by default it's off, so we don't need to change this one. So here you can see that the color is red, but you can change the color. Let's suppose when you will import your model into MSC Adams View, then it will show the same color for all the parts. But if you want to change the color of your existing part so that you can differentiate between different parts and it looks better, let's suppose I want to change this color. So you just need to clean this, right click on it, then go to color, and then go to guess. So under the guess option you can see that there are different colors. Let's suppose brown. Okay, then select, then apply. So now you can see that the color of this model is changed. Okay, similarly I want to change the color of this box, then go to box, right click on it, then go to modify, and the color is green. So we can, let's suppose maize color, so select maize color and then go to apply, and okay. So here you can see that the color is changed. So under the appearance option there is another we can say that render fill. So there are two options under the render option, filled and wireframe. So let's suppose if we will select this one, then it will convert this into wireframe. So in wireframe option it will show only the contour lines. Okay, so but the best is filled, and just select the filled and then apply. Okay, and the second option is the transparency. If you will increase the value, let's suppose 57, then apply. So here you can see that the transparency of this model is changed. This is done like if we have a very large model, and under the model there are different parts, and we want to see the mechanism or working condition of these, so then we can use this option transparency. So we can select according to our requirement. Okay, and then said okay. So these are the option in appearance, and then is the info. If you will select on info, okay, so you can see that first is name of the object model dot box, so this is the name. Okay, and then the type, if it's model or it's part, so it's part. And here you can see that the ID number, so this is our first part, this is second part, this is third part, so its ID number is 3. Similarly for this one, if we click on info, then ID will be 2. Okay, so the first part is ground, this is second part, this is third part. Similarly we can go to info, so here you can see that the location, this is the location, and orientation. It means that we don't orientation degree, we don't give any rotation to this model. Okay, so here you can see that the ground part, this is false. It means that this part is not ground part. So ground part is imaginary part of this surface. Okay, but we can convert any part to ground part. Let's suppose we have a table and we have an other model we placed on the table, so the table is acting as a ground part. So then we can combine that table with ground part, then here will not be false. So ground part for the option is false. It means that this is not our ground part. So when we will assign material and we will run the simulation, so this part will move downward due to the gravity. And then next part is material. So which material we have assigned to this our specific part, we can check from here. And then the material density, material properties are here. Okay, so here different inertia tensor. So if we want to do some type of hand calculations, and if it's necessary to calculate these things, so we can just check from here. So this is the next option is info, we don't need to check this one. And then there is another option that is called measure. Okay, let's suppose we want to, during our simulation, we want to measure the distance, position of let's suppose if we assign material to this body and the gravity is acting in downward direction, and then we will run the simulation, so this body will start move in downward direction with respect to the time. So if we want to measure its position, if with respect to time, then we can use this option measure. Okay, so let's suppose not box, we select the sphere, go to measure. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to do the position. Okay, so what option available, you also can calculate the position, you can calculate the velocity, you can calculate the acceleration, angular velocity, angular acceleration, potential energy, kinetic energy. So these are different options available that can be calculated. Let's suppose I want to calculate the position. Okay, so in which direction, if it will fall freely, then its motion will be in y direction. Okay, it will not move this direction, not move this direction, it will fall directly with in the direction of gravity. So our direction of gravity is in y direction. Okay, for here we can select a centimeter. So now it will take the center of this body as a reference point and start to compute the position of this body, and then said okay. So here you can see that this is our measure variable is here, and let's suppose we run the simulation for 1 second. Okay, and then go to run. So here you can see that the body is moving downward direction, that can be seen. Okay, so let's run the simulation again, and let me increase the step size, then we can easily see. So here you can see that this body is moving, is free fall moving under the action of gravity, and here we can see that we can check its distance. So in 1 second it move approximately 500 millimeter distance in downward direction. So we can use this option, measure option, and we can also measure the velocity. Let's suppose we want to measure the velocity, then we will go to measure, and from here we just need to select the velocity in y direction, then okay. So here you can see that it's measuring its velocity. So this is the velocity. Its velocity will be 10,000 millimeter square. Okay, and similarly you can calculate the acceleration. Okay, so let's suppose we select this sphere again and go to measure, and now we select the position, and now I select the x-axis. Okay, and then go to apply. If we run, let's go, if we run the simulation, so you can see that this is moving in downward direction, but here the value 0. It means that it is not, if some body is free falling, then it will not move in x direction and z direction. It only move with respect to the gravity. So this is the next option. Okay, now I'm just trying to teach all the things, teach about what the function of different tools, and when we will start modeling and we will do some exercises, then you will be able to get the more knowledge. Okay, so the next option is copy. You can copy or you can delete any, let's suppose you have duplicate parts, or if you you can see that there are there are some parts that are not included in your simulation, so you can simply delete. Let's suppose I don't require this one, just right click on it and then go to delete all. So it just delete the specific part. So in this way we have delete, and then go to this, another is rename, and there is an option is deactivate. Let's suppose in some simulation you have like 3 parts. In one simulation you require 2 parts, and in other simulation you required this part. So you will not delete. If you will delete, then it will permanently delete from your system, and next time you have to start from 0 to bring that part into your interface. But if you the best way, you just need to go and then go to deactivate. Okay, so you can deactivate any part. Let's suppose you have 2 parts. Let me create again. Let's suppose I have a body, this one, but I don't need this body. Okay, and then I go to deactivate, and here we have to, this is part 3 object. So we have to uncheck this and then go to apply. Okay, so now this part is deactivated, so it will not affect, its effect will not be observed or experienced by the other parts. So here you can also see that this part is deactivated. It means that this part is not present. So instead of delete, the best option is to deactivate. Maybe in future at some place during the simulation we need this part, so we simply go and then go to option this, and we need to select this one and then apply. Okay, so our part is here. Okay, so the next option is hide. Let's suppose you have a lot of part, and then you when we are going to modeling in this software, we have to provide different joints. So here you can see connectors that we will learn in later, and you have to assign different joints between different part of the model. Then we have to hide some parts too. Let's suppose we have a box, and in the box we have some type of gears, and if we want to create the joint, then uh, between the gears, then we have to hide the enclosure, or we can say that the upper body, and then we can work with in the body. So in this way we can use, let's suppose I want to hide this one, okay, and from here I can show the option. And the last option is this is to make flexible, that we will learn later when we will do, if we are going to do FE analysis, okay, and we want to calculate the stresses induced in some bodies, then we will learn this. So today I explain all the edit option. So here you can see that it's same, it almost have same options. So instead of use this edit option, we will select this one. So in this way we can select any part, and then we can do different edit option. So instead of this, in edit option we learn this, and this is almost same, but this is easy and effective way. Like we can select any specific model from here, and then we can change the name, assign the material, change its transparency, we can change the color of the model, and we can active or deactivate. So today we learn about this one. I hope you like my video. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. In coming video we will learn step by step all the tools, then its application, then we will move to small examples or small we can say exercises, and then we are just moving from zero to hero. Thank you.